Welcome to the Brent Daniels Real Estate Live Show. If you love real estate and you love friends, you are in the right place. I want to say hello to Market Maker. I want to say hello to Randy. I want to say hello to Joe. Thank you for loving the soundtrack. It actually, we've been using the soundtrack for years.
Yeah.
And I guess the artist became popular because now we share revenue
Yes, indeed.
from YouTube because of that song. But you guys love it. I love it. It gets me excited, so we're going to keep it. So let's get right into the show with a little bit of real estate trivia. The show is all about increasing your knowledge in real estate transactions, and it's really important that you understand the language of real estate. So every single week, my man Luke Mariner here, who is my social media manager. He is the guy that edits all my videos. He's absolutely incredible, wildly talented. We've got Alejandra here that is in the chat, so she'll be responding. Rafael Cortez will be here shortly. And We have a surprise guest at the top of the hour that you do not want to miss. I'm going to leave that as a little bit of cliffhanger. It is somebody that frequents the show, but he hasn't been on in a while. A little bit of hint, a little bit of foreshadowing.
Come on.
Who do you guys think it is? Put it in the chat.
Let's
Let me
hear it,
know
folks.
who you think it is. Seth, great to see you. Thank you that you love our trivia. Let's open this up.
All right, here we go.
All right. Number one. What's a go dark clause? What's a go dark clause? Is it A, a tenant can stop operating but still pay rent? A tenant can stop operating? That's got to be something in commercial. Okay. B, landlords turn off the lights. C, an eviction order. Or D, a rent freeze. What is a go dark clause? You're right. I have no idea on this one. I'm going to go with my instincts on this. So I'm glad that you're educating me as well.
Let's go.
I knew that you wanted to throw some curveballs at us.
Yeah.
So a go dark clause. What do you guys think it is? A, B, C, or D? Tenant can stop operating but still pay rent. Landlords turn off the lights. C, it's an eviction order. Or D, a rent freeze. I'm going to go with. It's not B.
Not B.
It's not D.
It's not D.
It's got to be, I think it's A.
Okay.
I think it's A. What do you guys think? Is it A or is it C here? Market Maker says C.
We got some D's.
Paul Sullivan, great to see you. Edwin, great to see you. Chris, great to see you. Tracy, great to see you in here as well.
Let's go.
This is absolutely incredible. What is the answer?
The answer is A.
I got it right. That's right. So a go dark clause means a tenant can stop operating but still pay rent.
It is a commercial.
It's a commercial.
Question.
It's a commercial term. So that threw me off a little bit. So there we go. Joe, you got it. A question mark. That's the same thing that I did. A question mark. That's great. Next.
All right.
What's a straight line depreciation method? Oh, this is great. What is a straight line depreciation method? Is it A, equal expenses taken each year? Is it B, steep tax deduction in first year? Is it C, curved write-off? Or is it D, depreciation for straight roofs only? Straight roofs. What is a straight line depreciation method, guys? You know what it is. Who's got it? Abdul. Abdul's in the house. I don't know if you're putting that answer for this question or the last question. There is like a 20, 30-second delay from the streaming because we stream 4K for you guys. We got the best cameras to be able to do this. Randy says A. Vernine says, I don't know. This is great. Joe says A. Absolutely incredible. You guys are absolutely right. It is A. God, you guys are smart. You guys got this down. That is equal expense taken each year. Now let me take a moment here, Luke. Let me step on my soapbox here for a little bit. A lot of people say buy real estate, do the accelerated depreciation where you get essentially like a bunch of years packed into the first year. You save a bunch on your taxes that first year, but here's the rub. You better keep that property. You better keep that property because if you sell it too soon, and you could look it up, we'll look it up on ChatGPT, but if you sell it too soon, I don't know if it's 7 years or it's 20 years. Those two numbers are running through my head. If you sell it before that time, you actually have to pay back the amount that was depreciated or that reduced your taxes.
Oh, dang.
Which is really interesting. A lot of people don't know that. So if you're going to do that, if you're hearing from like a coach or somebody that you've met or you're talking to an accountant or whatever, and they're like, yeah, just do accelerated depreciation in the first year, only if you know you're going to keep that property for a long, long time. Yeah. Long time. I mean, you have significant equity in that property. You can weather all the storms. You're not going to get into a situation where business goes down. Now you have to try to sell off some assets, and now you take big penalties on that, right? So you got to be very, very, very careful. All of the conservative CPAs that I've talked to, which is two, not like a conference of them, tell me not to do accelerated depreciation because it really locks you in to that property and really reduces all kind of flexibility. And being an entrepreneur, flexibility is a superpower. Rafael Cortez
Come on.
is here, guys. Let's give it up for Rafael Cortez. Even if you 1031 exchange, great question. We'll ask ChatGPT and we'll figure that out, Market Maker. All right, next. Rafael, how are you?
Excellent.
Good. Number three, third question here. What is shadow vacancy? What is shadow vacancy? Is that a space technically leased but not occupied? Is it a ghost apartment? Is it an apartment that a ghost lives in? Is it a vacancy after sunset? Or is it a fake rental ads? What is shadow vacancy? Are all of these A? Is every single one of these things A? I think you
Inadvertently.
I think you put them all as A. But anyway, what is shadow vacancy? Space technically leased but not occupied, a ghost apartment, vacancy
ghoul.
after sunset, a ghoul.
A ghoul.
Some people call them ghouls instead of ghosts, or fake rental ads. What do you think it is, Raph?
I go with A.
A.
Yes.
Yeah, that's right, guys. Really interesting. Shadow vacancy.
Yeah.
So that is a space technically leased but not occupied. So why would anybody do that? Why would anybody do you lease a space but you don't occupy it? I'm asking you, Raph, because you have a space in my office and you never occupy it. So I don't, I think that you could write the script on this.
Yes. You occupy it when you have podcasts and important stuff.
Yeah, that's it.
It's an important space. But it's a good question. I don't know. I've seen it for a couple of different strategies. Sometimes it becomes a seasonal thing. It's just cheaper to keep a property rented out or leased out for the entire year.
Yep.
Even if you're going to use it for half of the year.
Yep.
I think there can be many different.
I think it
reasons
also.
for it.
I think it's certainly, you could write off some of your expenses on that, so it could be an expense play there. It could be you just want to be in a specific area and you really like that spot, but you're not ready to occupy it yet, so you kind of reserve it, so to speak. You get the lease going, but you're not in the space, right? And so I think that's usually when that's used, okay? So guys, this is a question and answer show. That's why we do this live. Rafael's here, expert for years and years and years, done hundreds of deals. If you have questions about social media or anything there, we've got Luke here.
Yep.
And I've been in this business for 21 years. We've seen everything going on. And so, well, at least the stuff that's been going on in the last 21 years. I won't say everything, but a lot of it. So we'll do our best to answer any questions that you have. So don't leave the show if you have any unanswered questions. Be brave, put it in the chat. No silly questions because it shows curiosity. And the three main factors that I really think are important are kindness, confidence, and curiosity. And so really focus on those three things as an entrepreneur, and I think that you're going to be head and shoulders above other people and be able to weather the big storms that come your way. It's always going to happen as an entrepreneur. We're business owners. Nobody's out there to save us. Nobody's out there to just give us a really, really high income and a really great lifestyle. We have to go out there and provide service and provide value, and being able to do that, that's what we get rewarded for. So. That's awesome. Not getting dragged into court for breaking a lease. Oh, that's great too. Market, yeah, that's great. Yeah. If you're moving out and you're moving into a new location, you still have to honor the lease. That is a great point. Very awesome.
I actually went through that when we moved from our office downtown. Remember, first time we moved out here years ago.
Yep.
So I had to keep the lease in place for another 10 months. Mm-hmm. They wouldn't let me break the lease. I tried to buy myself out of the lease, and they wouldn't do it either. It's like, and the full price. That's what we're doing.
Jeez.
I was trying to negotiate. It didn't work. But yeah, absolutely.
Those landlords. Yeah. Randy's already got a question, and then we'll get into some training that I want to go through.
Yep.
It was a list of 10 items that I went through in our action workshop that we had last week, which was absolutely phenomenal.
Amazing.
With the Rhino Tribe here in town. It was every 3 times a year. If you're part of the Wholesaling Inc. Coaching program, we call that the Rhino Tribe. You're invited into my office and meet my team, see the whole process, look behind the curtain, and also we bring in amazing people that speak. Raph did an unbelievable presentation, and it was just It was a great, great event. So if you're interested in that, wholesalinginc.com or talktopeople.com, either one. But Randy says, in my state, if I'm not allowed to market the property, but is allowed to market contract, how would I do that? Randy, what state are you in?
Also, he posted a question above.
Oh, he posted another question. Well, let's answer this one first, okay? In your state, if you're not allowed, so you have to very clearly, first of all, talk to a real estate attorney that understands wholesale in your state. Maybe you're in Utah. I know that Utah has some specific guidelines on the way that you can market those properties. Talk to an attorney so that you have like the checklist of everything that you need, but you have to very clearly say, this is, I am marketing the equitable interest in this purchase agreement. And make sure that that's very, very, very clear that that's what you're doing. But I think for the most part, if you need a license, because they're saying, hey, listen, we're not fooled here. You're selling the property. You're selling this. All of your marketing is showing the property. Then get a license. Mm-hmm. Get a license and do it right. And
you even see those.
Oh, he's in Arkansas. Yeah.
You even see those disclosures on the MLS.
Yeah.
Like equitable interest sales on the MLS. By people who have licenses. So.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. Was there another question that he had?
He was
asking about if he needs to get a license.
If you need to get a license, yeah, I would get a license. Guys, highly suggest that you get a license. We sat down.
Yeah.
I went to the event last night with the real estate commissioner here in town, and hey, can we put a mic on Hondra, because nobody can hear, and she's talking and she's asking great questions. But
I want to know what the spark notes of yesterday, because I'm curious to know.
so the licensing, now they're not saying it's required in Arizona, but they're saying if you are running like a dispo model, right, where you're taking other people's deals, if you don't want to get a license, make sure you're getting it assigned to you. This is just in Arizona, so take it for what it's worth, but I'm pretty sure that this is common throughout the rest of the country. Get it assigned to you, and then you assign it to somebody else.
Yeah.
Right? You can do that. You got to get equitable interest in it to be able to push out equitable interest,
Yeah.
or get a license. That is licensed activity. All right? And all of your acquisitions teams and dispo teams need to be licensed if they work for your company. So make sure that you're doing that as well.
And for Arizona people, when does this officially start?
It's always started. It's always been. It has always been. It's just
But they're
people are
pushing it
confused.
more.
People are kind of out there running wild, just doing deals, like getting into this business, becoming an acquisition manager for somebody without a license. Make sure that you're hiring licensees and that you are licensed to do that. Okay? Make sure that you're doing that.
Yeah, I mean, it's been a requirement for a while. I think what they're doing is enforceability. They're just leaning harder on that.
The beautiful thing that I really like about our commissioner is her whole philosophy is educate, then legislate.
Yeah.
So, I mean, she understands that maybe that you don't understand a law, and I think that there's some room there, some breadth there. And but if you know it and you're still doing it incorrectly, there's going to be a big problem.
Yeah.
So I think part of our platform is to educate people and to go out there so that you don't get caught, being unaware of what you really need out there. And that's across the board with licensing, guys. I would just say if you're in real estate and you're doing assignments, you're doing novations, you're doing those things, highly suggest that you get a license.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I would just say don't do it unless you get a license.
More and more
it should
people-
be part of your training. It should be think about like doing anything. Like I always think about this. I always think about people that get into like beauty, or the people that are barbers, the people that are doing hair, the people that they have to do like thousands of hours. They have to get a license to cut people's hair.
Yeah.
At the place that I was getting my hair cut at until my gal left, they had to do 2 years of washing heads and sweeping the floors before they can even get somebody in the seat to cut hair.
Yep.
They had to apprentice for 2 years, and they were making like 80 to 100 grand a year. I mean, they were doing well in that industry, but like think about that. Think about how much we can do in our business if we just do it right and we just get licensed and it's part of the deal. I'm just telling you, that's been big around the country, and we shouldn't be skirting around it. We should lift up our industry.
Yeah.
We should bring it to a higher standard.
I think it's wild. I mean, that the fact that 90 hours is a requirement for carrying out all these things. Which, I mean, we're dealing with people's probably biggest lifetime investment, right? Properties, the residents, and I mean, we have to treat it with fiduciary. Fiduciary is one of the biggest things that pops up, and it teaches you to do right by one, legally, right? But also just ethically. I mean, we bring that into what we're doing as wholesalers, man. I mean, I think that's where everything needs to go. So I'm not against like regulation kicking in and licensing and all that stuff. I think it's honestly a good thing. I mean, I've had mine since 2013.
Yep.
I mean, so have you forever. Again, you drop your disclaimers in there. Make sure that you disclose everything. Do business right, and you're gonna be okay.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love it. So we've got some great comments in here, and I want to go through all of this. This is amazing. This is really, really, really great stuff. So Scott, do you think the future of outbound is going after really targeted lists like driving for dollars or code violations? 1,000%, Scott. 1,000%. And listen, guys, and it's part of. Can you put up the 10 here, and I'll go through. Do the one where.
This one?
No, the other one. This right here, guys. This is really important. Number 6 of the TTP rules that I have here for you guys is you start, if you don't have a budget, you start in your hustle season. You prospect, right? And this is changing, right? This is reaching out to those property owners that you want to have a good conversation with. Right? So this is hustle season. This could be making offers on the MLS, which I think is really, really, really smart. This is talking with real estate agents. This is you're talking to the property owners. All those things that you were talking about, those really rough houses, and you want to reach out to them, you prospect. And then you get to marketing. You want to get to inbound leads once you have enough of a budget to be able to do that. One, because they're faster leads, they're higher quality, they're way more expensive, guys. Way more expensive. Your ROI on it's not going to be anywhere close to what it will be in prospecting. So some people stay here forever. Some people stay in the prospecting world forever. But I am telling you, the world has changed. The world has changed in the last 18 months in real estate when it comes to, hey, I'll just have big cold calling teams, big texting teams, going out and prospecting for me and build this really robust business. That is literally, you have the biggest target on your back for some attorney to try to shake you down for TCPA, for spamming, for also, I mean, they'll throw everything at you. Class action lawsuits for real estate businesses for cold calling and texting is up 112%. 112% from last year. Last year was the biggest ever. All right? So if you're going to build a big business and scale your business, then you got to get it. You got to get into inbound. You got to get into inbound, guys. I'm just telling you. Fight me on it. Fist fight me on it. Scream at me all you want. Put a stink face on and be like, no, he's just being a curmudgeon because he owns a marketing agency type thing. I'm just telling you. When you get served and your family's there, it's not going to feel good. Okay? So go to marketing. If you're just going to stay a solopreneur and you're just out in hustle season, you just want to make that 200, 300, 400K a year, and you just want to keep it yourself. You don't want the responsibility of a team. You don't want to grow a big business. You don't want to do all those things. Great. Stay here, stay there forever, and you win, build great relationships. But once you get the marketing, then all of a sudden you start getting referrals. Why? Because you build brand. And I don't mean like Pepsi. I don't mean like Coca-Cola. I don't mean like McDonald's. I don't mean like these huge brands that spend tens of billions of dollars a year. I mean within the real estate network, within the real estate agents that know you, within the investors that know you, within the old clients that you worked with, and you helped them out of a situation or whatever else. When you do enough marketing, you're going to start building up a reputation, and then that's when you start getting the referrals. And that's when all of a sudden, when you're prospecting, your ROI is through the roof because there's not that much cost. When you're making MLS offers, there's no cost, right? But to bring on other people, you need to give them opportunities to be able to win, and you want winners on your team. That's when you go to marketing, right? And then once you get to the marketing, then you're doing the marketing, building the brand, and then all of a sudden you're getting the referrals. That's the magic sauce, guys. That's what gets your ROI back up because you're getting free deals from people that know, like, and trust you. That's the evolution of this business. That's what we got to focus on. All right, your hustle, hustle, hustle. Get it to the point where you can get inbound marketing from Facebook, from pay-per-click, from SEO, from billboards, from TV, from all those things. If you're interested in web leads, talktopeople.com.
TTP.
Talktopeople.com. We're the best of the best. We'll take care of you. Any budget really works. We've rolled out some things. It's really, really awesome to get you inbound leads. But you need to have some. I wouldn't say anybody. I would say at least a budget of $2,000 a month is the cutoff. And we can really help you out with inbound. So let's see what people are commenting here and see what that looks like. So does that make sense? Awesome. Awesome. Okay. Do you think so that's the future of outbound. Also definitely going to start Facebook method at 5K followers. That's right, guys. Go into the Facebook groups, the real estate agent groups, the real estate investor groups. Start making friends. Start networking. Friend request as many people as you can until you have 5,000. Then post every single day to your stories. I buy houses. I buy houses. You have to have enthusiasm and conviction about what you're doing out there. Okay? Awesome. So here we go. Thomas, great. I really like this one. How about this, Raph? I bird dog deals for a local spec builder. Okay? Been knocking doors of homes I can't get in touch with via phone. If they don't answer, should I have a note? What should I say?
Yeah, I mean, follow-up is key, especially on those. If you're already doing the research and something like that, I mean, you've already done, 40% of the work. The rest of it is tenacity and follow-up. It's crazy, Brent, but the best result that we've gotten on door knocking as far as callbacks, it's simple post-it notes. I mean, I've done the whole, perfect, very organized letter and the pieces, the mailing pieces that go on the door. I've tried everything. And just a simple post-it note with an evergreen message like, hey, this is Johnny. I stopped by earlier. Give me a call back when you have a second, and your phone number on it. Just written out. Like, you don't have to spend a lot of time on it. The callbacks are a lot higher percentage-wise.
Yep.
So absolutely leaving something behind, especially if you already did the research on that, is gonna bring up that ROI.
I would also see if you can get their phone number, give them a call, and I would also send them a handwritten note in the mail.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know what I mean? If you're really, it sounds like you're zeroing in, but I would say this, watch it. Guys, you cannot bird dog without a license. You can't receive compensation for giving deals to investors without a license. And you can go out there, who is it? Thomas, you can go out there and put it under contract yourself and assign that contract. You can do that. But you can't just go out there, find a deal, and get compensated unless you have, that's licensing activity. Yeah. Literally, the commissioner pounded on this yesterday. And this is not just, all the commissioners get together, guys. You have to understand this. All the state's commissioners, they have conferences, they have Zoom calls, they have group talks. They're trying to figure out how to protect people and their property in their individual states and throughout the entire country. So these guys are networking like we network, right? And so just make sure that if you're going to go out and you're going to receive compensation for finding people deals, that you have a license.
Yeah, license.
All right,
license.
You got to get it, guys. You can chat GPT it. You can ask it.
I'm excited, Brent. Like all this, everything that's happening as far as regulation. I mean, you have it right there, right? Number 8, regulation is opportunity. Think about how lean the competition is gonna get. The real ones are gonna stick with it, like we have over decades, and it's just gonna be I feel like overall better industry. Yep. Better deals.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Love it. Joel asks, there are 2 properties on market in submarkets of Los Angeles that are tenant occupied, and in description it says must purchase with tenants in Must purchase with tenants. In your opinion, is it worth pursuing or just skip? Thanks. Find out the terms. Find out the terms. How long of a lease is there? What is the relationship they have with the tenants? Is the property in decent shape, or is it in really rough shape? Is it something that needs significant investment to bring up? And are the tenants going to willingly move if it's something that you want to do, or the investor that you're working with wants to do a fix and flip, right?
Yeah.
And so that's going to be really, really important. That key information is going to be really important for you, Joel. So find out those things, because if it's a situation where the landlord's putting it on the market because the tenant's not paying, or the tenant's obnoxious, or the landlord's obnoxious, or whatever, there's just a contentious relationship between the two, then you probably would want to avoid that, or see if you can get permission to speak with the tenants. But if you can't, there's probably some underlying issues there that you might want to avoid.
We have a deal right now. We just got it assigned in California. California is a little tougher about evictions and tenant regulation or tenant laws, but I mean, when we see tenant in place, we automatically think deeper, right? Deeper price points. So you have to go deeper on the price points, because there has to be an additional advantage to it when you're selling the deal. Two, I mean, use it as a negotiation point. Also, think about cash for keys. A lot of times we just kind of, we start assuming all types of things about the tenants. Like, oh, they're going to be a headache. They're not going to move. I'm going to have to go through the entire eviction process and this, and that. Mm-hmm. And all it takes is a conversation, and you find out that the tenant will move out for $2,000, right? You roll it right into the profit.
They're like, we're moving anyway.
Yeah. So I mean, I think they're definitely worth pursuing. And at least, having a deeper discovery session on that, and like Brett, like you say, see if you can get in touch with the tenant if it's the tenant situation, and see where their mind is at. So yeah.
Awesome. There's some questions about cold calling. Licensing can hurt you if you're cold calling potential sellers on the DNC, since you can be selling brokerage services. Yeah, don't. First of all, avoid the DNC list. Secondly, I mean, I've been saying that since 2017, but nobody cares. And when you're reaching out, be the buyer. Make an offer on the property. Make an offer on the property. That's what the whole case here, the federal case here with coffee versus fast cash offer, or whatever it was about. You're not providing a service. You're going out there to give them an offer. So there's the nuance there. That doesn't mean people won't sue you.
Yeah.
It doesn't mean that. It just means that you'll win. It'll just cost you a bunch in the lawsuit. You might win. Who knows? It's all circumstantial. But it's not having a license isn't going to prevent anybody, or having a license and not having a license is not going to prevent anybody from suing you. Right, so just make sure that you're going to be protected on a lot of different ways if you have a license, and if you have to.
How much is it?
If you have a code of ethics.
How much is the license?
To get a license probably costs what, Raph? $1,500 total?
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah.
I mean, after you're all in with school fees and MLS fees and stuff like that, I mean, it's not terribly expensive.
Yeah.
On that note too, Brent, I mean, look at your state. Look at what regulations are going on, and be proactive about that kind of stuff. Texas just changed their stuff. Like their interpretation of reaching out is different than Arizona's, right? So it's a little scarier to cold call, especially if you're ignoring the DNC list in Texas. So look at all those things. The approach also matters. The way that Texas is doing it now, it's any conversation that's for a lucrative purpose. It doesn't matter if you're buying or selling. That's what I understand from it. They'll deem it as a something they can roll into that TCPA complaint issue.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, again, get connected with your local regulations. We do our best to stay on top of everything, but things are changing, right? So make sure that you tap into that kind of stuff, and then don't call the people in the DNC.
Yep.
We got a question on Instagram.
Okay.
Matt Dad 5 asks, what do you see buyers doing with today's news about the Fed? Buyers been super conservative or not buying at all right now?
Yeah, we'll see. Have they made an announcement yet? Do we know if they dropped rates a quarter point or half? I don't think it's going to affect much, to be honest. We had this conversation last night at the event that we were at. It's not gonna move mortgage interest rates much.
Okay.
So it's not gonna really affect on some level. I think it's a good sign, but really what you want to look for with interest rates dropping is what's going on with unemployment.
Yeah, it said
The
today-
unemployment's the big one there, and apparently
I don't know, is
there
this
was
new?
some like 900,000
I don't think it dropped.
unemployment numbers from 2024
Oh my
to
gosh.
2025 that were reported inaccurately. Somebody lost their job down there at I think the Federal Reserve or whatever it is, and so it's really interesting. Yeah,
It just said on Google that it did drop today.
it did drop.
Nice.
30-year fixed rate is 6.13.
Okay.
15-year
You
is
were still in the sixes.
5.4.
Yeah.
So we're still in the sixes for interest rates. So there you go. Hey, Brent, appreciate all the value you give us. If you were prospecting in Texas, how would you handle the new cold calling laws there? Should we just focus on being the buyer and push through? You gotta register. I highly suggest, Mike, that you go in to Jerry Norton's YouTube channel at some point and go through the steps that he outlines as to what you need to do in Texas. That's going to be really important. Okay, so make sure that you go through that video. He literally breaks down all the things you
Yeah.
have to register. You have to put a $10,000 bond, and there's some other things involved there.
There's a
So-
monthly retainer, right, or fee going on into it, or something like that. Yeah. So there's a few things. I mean, I think it just opens up the road too for inbound.
Yeah. Buy Smart Wholesaler. In your research, 66% of prospects are on the DNC. That's a ton of skip tracing and massive lists of prospects to hit. Any cold calling KPIs you've taught. Yeah, listen, it removes a bunch. It removes a bunch. And some people are just going to do it anyway, and I totally understand that. But that still leaves an 33% of 147 million properties. So you're talking like 60 million, no, 40-ish, 45-ish,
Yeah.
48-ish million properties that you can go after. There's plenty.
Quick math.
There's plenty. I don't know if that's right. Duncan says
What the heck?
the math. PPL question. Can you explain about the levels of exclusivity and if I'm buying 1 to 2 day old leads has a worthwhile ROI as a new investor? Yeah, listen, I think a lot of the PPL companies understand not to sell their leads more than once because it's a bad business model long term. So they should be exclusive to you. If they're 1 or 2 day old, I would want to be probably on the outskirts. I'd want to be somewhere that people don't think that there's really good deals there. And so that's why they kind of slip through the cracks. In the main markets, if they've been sitting there 1 or 2 days, it's probably a reason why. It's probably already listed, or the information's not really that filled out, and so you don't really know what's going on with those leads. But for the most part, I think that you got to test it, Duncan. You got to test out the property leads. You can get a discount if you go to ttpleads.com. That's our affiliate source for property leads. iSpeed to Lead, I think we've got a coupon code of TTP in that if you want access to those. Motivated Leads is great. They charge, I think, $350 a lead no matter what.
Oh.
But I've been told they're higher quality. So there's some options there for sure. Randy asks, if I was to get a license, how does that work with working for a brokerage? Or is it when I get my license, I'm good to go? Yeah, you get your license, you hang it with a brokerage. You hang it with a real estate brokerage. So you can't just get a license and make it active without being under the umbrella of a brokerage. That's how it works. So a lot of people in wholesaling hang it with like a flat fee brokerage, or 100% house is what it's called, where you just pay a transaction fee each time. It's not like you're getting training. It's not like you're getting a tremendous amount of support. You're uploading the documents and they're making sure that you're compliant. All right.
Interview your brokers too, because not everybody's okay with wholesaling. Some of the bigger brokerages out there have an issue with it. So your smaller broker houses are going to be friendlier, I think, on the investment side. Like, but just let them know that you're going to be wholesaling. You're going to be in those. Find out whether or not they require that type of transaction to be done outside the brokerage or inside the brokerage. I know some brokerages like, yeah, if you're wholesaling, you got to run it through us, which I disagree. I mean, I don't do that with my agents, but yeah, I mean, have that conversation interview a few of them, make sure that they're okay with you wholesaling, and that they know that you're doing it. That way, you don't have any issues down the road.
Randy has a great question. Where can I watch or find those commissioner conferences? I will see if the one from last night was recorded. I believe it was. I'll see if I can get it from the people that organized it, for sure. And we'll see what we can do.
Chris
there.
Simon usually has it on his Facebook. Like, he'll post a link on his Facebook.
On his personal Facebook?
Yeah, and then link to the RIA.
See if you can find that, Hundra. See if you can find under Chris Iman with 2 N's. Awesome. Hey, Brent, this is from King Vengeance. Hey, Brent, wanted to ask how you would go about wholesaling if most, if not all, brokerages do not do wholesaling. I'm near Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. There's got to be somebody. I would go into the investor groups and I would say, hey, wholesalers, who do you hang your license with?
Yeah, super simple.
That's what I would do, King. Because most don't. Because they like traditional deals. They like deals that are on the MLS. They like deals that are, between, where you represent somebody that's not yourself. That's how brokerages make their splits and the most money. And so you got to find the ones that will work with you. And usually they're the flat fee or 100% houses, for sure. All right? Let's see. Just be nice when calling motivated sellers on the DNC. There's strong debate whether Zach or Rick Ginn and Jerry Norton. Sure. Yeah, I mean, listen, everybody has a different opinion on these things, guys. I mean, the people that are on YouTube, we're not attorneys.
Yeah.
Go talk to a TCPA attorney.
Yeah.
I mean, Eric Allen, you could Google him. Eric Allen, TCPA. That's who I've talked to for years and years and years. I ask him questions and I bring it to you guys. But it's better coming from the source. Things are changing all the time, so be up to date with everything that's going on. But when it comes to compliance and when it truly, will you pull this back up?
Yeah.
When it comes to growing a really big team, if you're going to grow, not even a big team, just start replacing yourself. If you're going to be like a real entrepreneur, if you're going to go, let's go old school here. And if you're going to go with the cash flow quadrant, right here that we learn about. Sharon Lecter? Susan Lecter. Sharon Lecter? Sharon Lecter. She's the one that really put this together in Rich Dad Poor Dad. She was the co-author of that with Kiyosaki. If you're here, when you're starting out here, you're building a specialized skill. That's finding really great deals, recognizing really great deals. And then once you get to the point where you've got a nice nest egg, then you decide if you want to go here or stay here. You can stay here and go here, guys. You can stay as a self-employed and go and be an investor, taking that excess cash that you're making, keeping your expenses reasonable, not getting over your skis, and going and buying great assets. Whether that's rental properties, whether that's multifamily, whether that's commercial, whether that's a fix and flip. James Denard really changed my mind last week in the action workshop. The way that he looks at flips is cash on cash return. He makes all his money in his businesses, and then he sees flips as investments that's just giving him a return on his cash. Isn't that cool?
Yeah.
As opposed to taking that cash out as active income. He sees it as an investment to get a 33% return on his money, 33 to 60% return, 70% return on his money every year.
He's a G.
Nice?
Yeah.
So he's making all of his money in his businesses, but he didn't stay as a solopreneur, right? He started out here. He started out going out there and finding great deals and going through hustle season. If you guys don't know James Denard, he's phenomenal. He's got the $1 million zombie
flips.
Will you pull it up? Zombie $1 million properties. It's a phenomenal show. And he's on Bigger Pockets all the time. He's phenomenal. Anyway, self-employed is a special skill. If you go here, guys, you got to do marketing. You have to do inbound leads. You just don't go and try to do this whole thing on, I'm going to build these huge systems where I outsource all these calls to some other country. It doesn't matter. If they're making all those calls, they can if somebody sues you and they see that you made that call, they can claw back 4 years of calls.
Mm-hmm.
Now you could win that, but it's going to be a pain. Or maybe not. Just, guys, I'm just telling you. Inbound leads is where it's at. People used and abused it too much. It's the same thing with wholesaling. People just used and abused wholesaling, and they went out there and they were doing it wrong. And there he is.
Yeah.
$1 million zombie flips. Boom. Guys, if you're not watching the show, I would put it in your, I don't know, where do you watch it? Prime?
Name?
Sling Prime.
Huh? Hulu, all those things.
Yeah.
You can see it all. Maybe YouTube. Definitely worth a watch. Absolutely incredible. He's awesome.
I couldn't find the video for yesterday, but do you want to give me your phone so I can text Chris and see if there's a recording somewhere?
Yeah, I'll get it. We'll
Okay.
get it. Don't worry about it. There you go. So, guys, what do you want to do? Do you want to stay as a specialized kid? Do you want to be a surgeon? Do you want to be a doctor? Do you want to be an attorney type model for your real estate business? Or do you want to be a business owner and replace yourself in it? You know, and when you do replace yourself, your income's going to go down. So you have to understand that. There's going to be time before you really get this thing going. All right? Awesome.
Great questions, honestly.
Yeah, great questions. Does the broker get a cut of the assignment fee like they do with the commission? You got to ask them. You got to ask them. And it depends on where you're hang your license. Is it a 100% house or not? Awesome, we got some help in Philly. Oh, Jamie and Gabe Dominelli, absolutely incredible. We just sold a deal last week in Germantown. Awesome. That is awesome. Do you think you might have James Denard on the show? He's definitely a veteran in the game. I would love it. Of
Oh, we
course I would.
should.
Yeah. So Scott, great question there. So he moved here. He lives
Oh, he
here.
moves here then.
Kind of.
Oh.
So obviously he has shows in Seattle. He works in Seattle. He's doing all those things in Seattle, but he also lives here, which is really, really, really cool. And so we'll see if we can get him on. He usually doesn't come in until Thursday nights, though. Here is what he's telling me while he's filming the show. And they just got on for the second season. So we could definitely do it virtually. I mean, obviously we want him in here, but we could definitely do it virtually. All right? Howard, JVing is great. Another wholesaler had me last minute walk a house, fire deal, and now I'm dispoing it at 130 and it's under contract at 80K. Network. Absolutely.
Let's go.
Nice.
So Howard, make sure that he assigns it to you. You assign it to somebody else unless you have a real estate license. If you have a real estate license, great. But if not, have him assign it to you and you assign it. Or if you have a JV agreement and you guys are partners on the deal. It sounds like you do, which is absolutely incredible. So as the questions start rolling in and as you guys are starting to warm up here in the show. By the way, thank you for participating.
Yeah.
We've currently got 74 people on
a lot of really
YouTube.
good questions today.
We've got some people on
Yeah,
Instagram. Absolutely incredible. Thank you for participating. We love you guys. The grammar.
No.
The grammar. We're bringing
Kill
it
the
back.
term. Kill
telling
the
you,
Thank
term.
you for joining us
I'm
on the
telling you,
grammar. If
brother,
you're seeing this,
making
let's
that
go here
happen.
real quick, guys. This is really important. Go back to the TTP rules, guys. This is for right now. This is in the market that we're in right now. Okay, these TTP rules are going to help you build a real business. Okay, it starts with this, and this is huge. Real deals only. In the chat, please answer the following. You make money when you blank. You make money when you put it in there, guys. Everybody that is watching this show should put in, it's a 3-letter word. It's a 3-letter word. It'll be so easy for you to type it in the chat what the answer is to this right here. You make money when you blank. Put it in there, okay? But real deals only. If it is tight, if you're like, I'm not really sure, if it's one of those things where you're like, well, I'll just throw it out there and see what the response is. Oh, you guys are so smart. I love you guys. You guys are so smart. That's really, really, really cool. You guys are getting it right. Buy Smart Wholesaler, Duncan, Tracy, Jamie, you guys are so smart. It's right. Guys, you make money when you buy. If you guys really understand that and really put that in, you make money when you buy. Just because you can buy a property doesn't mean that you should. Doesn't mean that you should, right? And so you make money when you buy.
Come on.
Okay? Don't go out and get bad deals. Awesome. TTP. You make money when you TTP.
Hey, that's a slogan.
Hey, you slipped that one in, and that one works, Shauna and Jonathan. I like that. But the overarching word there is buy. But absolutely, you make money when you talk to people, when you have conversations, make offers. But make sure you guys are really tight on your numbers. Really tight on your numbers, okay? Number 2 is get it sold fast. Get it sold fast. What is the only reason your deals aren't selling? There's only one reason. Put it in there. There's only one reason why a deal doesn't sell. Do you know what it is? It's a 5-letter word. You know what it is. You know what it is. Andra? Do you know what it is?
I didn't hear the question. Sorry.
Okay.
She's
Is that
in
what's
the
going on
zone.
in the audience?
She's
just in the
you're
zone.
doing your
You're
thing.
just talking to chat.
What,
TTP.
there's only one reason why a property doesn't sell.
And
Only-
it's 5 letters.
Yes. Guys, put it in there.
Price?
You got it.
Okay,
One reason, guys, it is the
Other
price.
than price.
It is the price. If you are trying to hit home runs and grand slams right now in your business, it's going to be a problem. It's going to be a problem. If you're like, I'm going to just push this out and be aggressive, this is not that market. We are in a flat, boring market, okay? And because we're in a flat, boring market, you have to be aggressive with your pricing to get it sold fast. Price, you're absolutely right. Is that lames? Lames? Is that price? I don't know. Is that price in Spanish? I don't know.
Precio?
Oh, okay.
No.
Is price. Price is the answer. You're absolutely right. So get it sold fast, and only one reason why. Listen, guys, there's a butt for every seat. There's a buyer for every deal. It just depends on the price. All right, depends on the price. And I get it. All you guys, all the creative finance guys out there is like, oh yeah, well it's also terms and that type of thing. Sure, but at the end of the day, you make money when you buy it, right? And so the price has to fit in there. Now you could go, well, it just depends on the terms, and I've said that for years. I'll pay $1 million if I could give somebody a $1 a month, right? You know what I mean? And there's some nuance to that, but I would say for what we're looking for, it's going to be price. You could swap in terms there, but for the most part, it's going to be price. Okay. So I guess I'm being kind of contradictory when I say only one reason. It could be terms, but whatever. Next, you got to be loud. Guys, you got to tell the world what you're doing. You got to tell the world that you're excited about real estate. You got to tell the world that you're excited about, finding situations where properties need significant improvement so that you can go out there and get those deals, right? You need to be loud. Right? This whole thing, what I feel like, if you don't have a LinkedIn, if you don't have Facebook, if you don't have Instagram saying this thing, if you don't have a website on some level at some point, not when you're starting, but at some point, if you don't have these things, I feel like you're just kind of tipping your toe in and you're not going to last that long. You know what I mean? But if you go and you make a proclamation that this is your passion, this is your business, this is something that you truly have conviction about, you should be absolutely excited about being loud and telling everybody what you're doing. Okay?
When I started using social media and just being loud about it, you taught me this years ago. It was like you told me. I remember we were sitting down at an afternoon. I was like, dude, be loud about it. Like, what does that even mean? And I started leaning more into social media. It absolutely changed the game in my business.
Changed everything.
Everything. On the mentorship side, on the deal side, referral side, everything.
Ryan Panetta came in my office in 2018. Alejandra was there. Came into my office and he's like, I saw that you started a YouTube channel. How do I do that? And I was like, just start making videos. Now look at it. We like him, hate him, whatever you want with Panetta. You can't deny his presence online.
He's a good marketer,
right? it's the exact same. And Randy puts a great point here, and I love that you put this in here, Randy. It says, what if I'm more of a reserved person and don't like to share because people like to talk? Is it better to be loud or stay under? I'm not saying post checks, Randy. I'm not saying going out there and doing a full breakdown of what's going on. I'm saying be excited. It doesn't even have to be you. It can literally just be a picture, right? It could be a picture of an ugly house or anything, literally anything, and that just says I buy houses, send me your deals, right? It's just doing that. It's just having pride. It's just being present. It's going to the meetup groups, networking with people, being around people that understand the language that you speak. That's what I mean about being loud. I don't mean go out and start a YouTube channel. I'm not saying go and do a podcast. I'm not saying go out and try to get 1 million Instagram followers. If that's in you, go bananas. What I'm saying is in your local area where you do business, people should know that that you're somebody that they can trust. That's what I mean by being loud.
Yeah.
Okay?
We had a question on Instagram here. Bianca's having a little tough time here, but
Okay.
they say, Brent, I've been doing wholesale for 2 years and have made no real money.
Yep.
Any advice for her?
Yeah, I would look at how many conversations and more importantly, how many offers are you making on a weekly basis? And that's gonna help refine your skills, right? So if you're making a bunch of offers and you're getting rejected on a bunch of offers, you have to look at, okay, what's happening here, and then make some adjustments. And so that's really what it comes down to. If you're making enough offers, and also, are you going out there and telling everybody that you buy houses, or are you just kind of sitting back and waiting until you're successful to get loud about it?
Yeah.
I think that's the big issue. So what I would say is go in, get as many Facebook friends as you can, get it up to 5,000, post every single day that you buy houses, and things are going to fall in your lap.
Perfect.
It's also going to open you up to great relationships. People are going to invite you to things. People are going to want to meet you. Agents are going to want to have conversations with you. You tell them what you're looking for. All of a sudden, you're building up a referral network, and you're rocking and rolling.
Perfect.
Got it?
She also just says, yes, I've done all of that. I even worked for Joe Homebuyer.
Nice.
Yeah.
What role, and what franchise?
Awesome.
Yeah. Just took a call. Here's a question from Howard. Just took a call, and I already have an offer at 125, but he needs a tenant out before closing. Tenant needs until the end of October. How should I handle this? Cash for keys to speed it up. It probably won't help. Howard, it probably won't help because October's like right there. I mean, we're talking 6 weeks away, right? The end of October. So you might be able to get them out a little bit earlier, but I would just close it at that time or find a different buyer. Either close it end of October, or it depends on when the close of escrow is on the purchase agreement. When's the close of escrow on that? That'll really help to. You might have to get an extension on the close of escrow until the tenant's out, if that's what's going on. Yep. I need some help. I'm so quiet, but I love real estate. Yeah, Vernine, that's fine. You don't have to be loud. You can be loud with different things. Maybe you're good at writing. Maybe you're good at taking the picture. Maybe you're good at your videos or whatever else. You don't have to go on there and turn around and start talking to the camera. I mean, I'm reminded of Hunter Runyon, who owns Keegley, who did his first bazillion deals, and he never got on the phone at all. It was all over DMs and text messages.
Which is insane.
He was and he will admit this. He was very shy. He was very, kind of uncomfortable in his own skin, and he developed it. So, guys, in 5 minutes, we got a special guest coming on to give us great business advice in 5 minutes.
Bam.
So make sure that you stick around. You definitely want to be a part of this segment of the live show.
Another good example is Spencer. I mean, another local beast. I mean, he's been doing it for years, done a ton of deals since 2000, I don't know, -90. And same thing, but it's all DMs, messages, and stuff like that. He started putting together content. I mean, this is after decades of being in the industry. So yeah, and I mean, it goes to show, right? Like you can be loud in your own lane. So
Yep.
Don't write that off.
Absolutely. Do you think it's possible to get a deal every other month off of making Facebook posts every day and making posts in Facebook groups? If you're making posts in Facebook groups, I think you can.
Yeah.
If you're just posting to your own stories, I think it's probably, you're probably looking at like 3 or 4 deals, but who knows? It just depends on, the network that you build and how responsive you are. Remember, making those posts and being loud and doing all those things, the secret sauce to that is when people DM you, DM them back fast.
work the deal.
You have
Don't
to.
let it sit there and just, grow mold or rust on it, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We got a celebration almost.
We got a celebration.
in Instagram.
Okay.
D Molina says, "Hi Brent, I love the TTP and have always been developing my communication skills. I am so nervous but excited about a monster deal that I'm getting under contract, all just because of cold calling."
Awesome.
Ooh,
Well,
nice.
listen, get it under contract.
Come on.
Raph was referring to
ink.
Spencer Caldwell, a great Twitter follow. If he puts
Yeah.
all his deals on Twitter,
Yeah.
and he puts out. So what he does, X, yeah. So what he does
Twitter.
is he puts it. Matt, you're still on Luke for some reason. I don't know what's. Oh, you're trying to help Tom. Oh, I just gave away, I guess.
Bruh.
Yeah. Anyway, Spencer Caldwell. So what he does is he gets permission from all the wholesalers to put out everybody's deals. He's got a great cash buyer database, and then when somebody wants that, he doesn't upcharge them from what you are selling your deal at. He just charges them $1,500, the buyers, and that's his model. It's really great. You see, he moves a lot of deals, a lot of deals. Yep. Can you close and hold back money when he moves out, maybe rent free? Yeah, Arturo, that's for Howard. Yeah, you certainly can. You could do a post possession agreement. Make sure that you have a really good attorney look at that and give you the right paperwork for that for sure. All right. Steve's doing good. Steve's doing so good. That's awesome. 2 minutes, guys. 2 minutes. We have the incredible Tom Croll, the coach to the coaches, giving us, again, just an absolute fire hose of unbelievable business advice coming from somebody that has built businesses, sold businesses, building more businesses to sell businesses, works all out of his house. I don't think Tom's ever had that better not be a mosquito. That better be like a fruit fly or something. Oh, okay, good. He does it all from his house, and he puts what's important in first position. Tom is the guy that if you're around him, and if you take his advice, if you follow his content, if you're part of his groups, if you're part of his world, you feel better being a business person.
Yeah.
You do. And I will tell you this right now. Sometimes being a business person, you think crazy thoughts. You do. Because it's the hardest part. Being an entrepreneur, and people have said this for years, is the highest form of personal development in my experience. The highest form. Because if you don't provide great service, your business fails. If you don't grow, your business fails.
Yeah.
If you don't evolve, your business fails. If you don't have leadership skills, your business fails. If you don't have financial skills, your business fails. If you don't surround yourself with the right people, your business fails. And these are things that Tom Croll has pounded into my brain for years and years and years, first as a mentor, then as basically like a brother in this business. I bought Wholesaling Inc. from Tom Croll. I got into the mentorship in 2016 just to be around Tom Croll. So the advice that he gives, one, it's going to blow your face off because nobody's like Tom Croll.
Oh, he's gonna slap you.
Tom Croll is like human form. I'll say caffeine. I won't say cocaine. I'll say caffeine.
Cocaína.
You know what I mean? Like if you were tired, if you were kind of groggy before, As soon as this man
He's a
opens
dopamine hit.
his mouth, boom, that man is
Have I told you how I think about Tom? Like the analogy that I think about when I think about Tom.
Yeah.
Like he's like a parade, bro. There's nothing there, and
parade?
then you see a parade
Yeah.
come through, and there's so many things happening, so many good. Is
he ready, Matt?
So much good stuff, and then when he's gone, the parade is over. It's like he is a parade.
I love it.
All right, we're having some technical difficulties, which should be interesting because one thing Tom is not is a technical person.
Yeah.
Well, while we wait for Tom, there's a question here.
Yes.
Semiker asks, do you think the fear of cold calling goes away with practice?
100%.
Yes.
Yeah, anytime you're putting yourself out there, it comes with practice.
Yeah.
You know, listen, there are people that are born. There are people that are born that don't have that part. They're just natural gift for gab,
Yeah.
right? Like my grandpa was like that. Like he didn't have any. There was no strangers in his life.
He's a
You know what I
talker.
mean? Like he was just meeting everybody and doing everything. I think we got him.
Oh.
I think we got him. Hold on, there he is. Are we live, Matt? Tom, can you say something? I can hear you. Matt, turn them up on my headphones, please. I feel like Eminem in the booth.
DJ skills.
I can't hear the snare in my headphones. Hey, Tom, welcome back to the show. It's been too long. Well, first of all, I'm very excited that your event was sold out, Coaching Inc., for all the coaches out there that are trying to build a business the right way and something long-lasting and really impactful. So that is sold out. It's standing room only right now. So congratulations on that. No big surprise there. But for everybody in here, Tom, that is a wholesaler, that is an investor, and you don't have to get too technical with this, but with all the new regulations and all the new kind of hurdles that we have to jump through. How would you see that in any kind of business, getting new regulations or getting new rules that we have to follow?
Rules in business. Okay, there's 80.
Hold on, Tom. Hold on. For some reason, nobody can hear you. What's going on, Matt? Yeah. No, I can hear you. I don't know why anybody else can't hear you.
Let's see if I can. Am I in the right? No good?
No, for some reason. Can you guys hear him yet? We're making some adjustments. Let us know if you
All
can
right.
hear Tom.
While you're doing that, I'll tell you this.
Yeah. It's working now.
Yeah, we can hear you now.
Yeah?
Yeah.
All right.
88
So,
rules.
so 88 rules in business. Here's rule number 5. It's a top 10 rule, and this will change your life if you're an entrepreneur or if you're a parent or a grandparent or an owner, a founder, or visionary of any business. I don't care if you assign houses or buy and sell them or sell victory bells, right? So here's what the rule is. Rule number 5 is only take feedback from 5 people. The people who love you, you pay, regulate your industry, or are already where you want to be. So what happens is we go to the water cooler and we go to the RIA meeting, and some idiotic person who doesn't know anything about anyone and doesn't know anything about business or anything about real estate, it starts talking and talking and talking. And the problem is Donald Trump teaches us, whether you like him or not, Donald Trump teaches us that the number one predictor of success for an entrepreneur is their ability to handle pressure. So the problem is, as the rules change, where this should be an advantage, right? This should be a good thing because the tree is getting shaken and it says, hey, you got to do the right thing. You got to get a license or not get a license or whatever. You need to be taking that instruction from an attorney, from the right people who regulate the industry. This is one of the number one reasons why so many people fail, or why they have a false start, right? They get a little bit of traction. They don't get that third deal. They get that first or second, and then they back away. So the number one rule here is you're the head of your household. I'm the head of my household. I'm talking to the head of households right now. As soon as far as your partner, spouse, children are concerned, who's ever in your house, your responsibility is this. If they don't love me, pay me, I pay them, regulate my industry, or are already where I want to be, get out of my house. I don't want to hear from you. You have no business pouring into me, my family, my children. Everyone has an opinion. Yours doesn't count unless you're in that group of people, and it's a small group of people. And I think that's the problem, is that people who struggle we know this about poor and rich people. We know this, and we don't do anything about it, right? Poor people buy and sell. Rich people buy and hold, or buy and trade up. Poor people save. Rich people invest. Poor people have compound interest working against them, right? They finance a car. They God forbid, lease a car. Rich people have compound interest work for them. Rich people have a very small circle about who they care, what people think about them. Poor people, they care what everybody thinks. The guy on the corner, all I care about if you're poor is what everybody thinks. This is how those people get into your head. So when it comes to the changes, if you want this to be a setup instead of a setback, you've got to be simple. Be simple. A business reduces your suffering by reducing the suffering of other people, right? So just calm down, go get the right resources, and run all your fears and worries and questions through them, and say, now give me a plan of attack, and then go out and crush it. You don't have to, there's nothing special here. Rachel Ray never went to culinary school, right? She runs an empire in the Food Network. Just outwork everyone around you, following the right rules of the people who went before you and the people who regulate the industry, and that's it. Easy.
Awesome. Tom, talk to me about marketing budget. It's totally switching tracks here. Talk to me about marketing budget. How do you know when to spend the money? How do you know when to increase the amount that you spend? How does that affect the people on your team, your marketing budget, all those things?
Yeah. So marketing is very simple, right? All marketing breaks down into three groups. I don't care what the company is. I don't care. All my clients, they're all real estate, wholesaling, right? Coaching, it doesn't matter. All marketing breaks down into three categories, three buckets, right? And the best way to think about this is think about the chalkboard sign outside of a downtown restaurant, right? The job of marketing is to, 1, get attention, 2, keep attention, and 3, monetize attention. That's what marketing is. I don't care what you're selling. It doesn't matter. It's get attention, keep attention, monetize attention. So the first thing you got to look at before you even look at a budget is you have to look at, where is your marketing failing? When it comes to spending money on marketing, it's either you start like I did, totally broken, having to sell your golf cart for your second round of marketing, right? Because the first one, I won't mention any names, Lorena put the wrong phone number on my first mail piece, but it was my fault.
Sure.
But I love Lorena. She's the best, right? We flew her out from the Philippines. The thing about it is, if you're starting from ground zero, from rock bottom, which is the strongest of foundations, you don't have a budget. You have to use sweat equity. If you have a budget, then you can have an opposite problem, which is overspending because you don't feel like putting in the hard work. Here's the way marketing works, right? Marketing, when it comes to marketing, there's 9 rules. The first rule of marketing is copied, right? So the best thing to do is, whoever your mentor is, here's what I did. Do what I did, because I had an untimed SAT and I didn't break 1,000 on it, right? So let me tell you what I did, which led to a lot of transactions and tons of revenue, which is this: don't use your entrepreneurial creativity to think up your own budget and marketing plan. Emulate, copy, and rip off and duplicate your mentor. If your mentor says do A, B, and C based on this budget, that's what you do. That's it. And you go all in with 40% of the knowledge. You go all in, right? You do this, as we used to say back in the day, right? If your kids were bit by a venomous snake and the only anti-venom was to go and make enough phone calls or send out enough mail pieces or get something under contract, you have to approach it that way. The problem is, when you start to make these decisions on your own, entrepreneurship is not an island. You can start to come up with a budget without knowing what is the exact ratio. I don't even want to be complicated, but trying to figure out this without a mentor is a path to failure. I mean, I did it myself. I would go out, I would paint the car red. I would paint the car fire engine red. You're like, are you an idiot? Not fire engine red. It's the other red. hang up on me. I have to go out and with a good attitude and with a smile, I'd go and paint the card. Marketing was the same exact way. Send out a postcard to who? The buyers. Use this postcard. Okay, what mailhouse? I don't know. Hang up, right? That's the way it goes, and it's still that way today. So I think as far as a budget goes, you have to decide if you have money or if you have sweat, if you have hard work. But either way, you're going to have to go 100 miles an hour and just crush it.
How do we know, Tom, if we're supposed to, if we should jump from being self-employed to a business owner? You know what I mean? How do we know to like stay on the field and just not have the responsibility of other people, not have to increase the marketing budget, try to keep all of the profits for ourselves? How do we know if we should stay like a surgeon as opposed to the CEO? You know what I mean? Because I think that this is really important. I don't think everybody should be a business owner. I don't think everybody should have the responsibility of other people, the financial responsibility of other people in their hands. I don't think other people should have the weight of leadership on their shoulders to make them happy. I don't think it would make them happy. I think it would actually make them unhappy. So how do you, is there something that you see out there with the people that you've coached, and it's been thousands, and really, now it's like people that are all multimillionaires. Should some people just stay in the self-employed bucket, or should everybody move to the business owner? And how do people make that determination?
Yeah, I think that when you're looking at this is really a question of, a lot of people use this fancy word scale, right? So all day long, I'll get a question about scale. And what you find is that just like other really should be simple words that are very complicated, like leads, right? Every single owner has a different definition of the word scale, of the word leads, of the term financial freedom, right? So there's all these, everyone's using all these big fancy college words, right? And nobody really knows what they mean. So here's what I would say. The number one rule to follow is to get a piece of paper and put a little circle in the middle, and that's your revenue, right? That's your revenue, right? That's the revenue. That's the activities that you do that bring in cash. And then what you do is all those other activities outside of that circle of revenue, sales, marketing, going to the title company, going to see the attorney, writing up whatever, that all gets put on circles outside of revenue. The number one thing to do about your team and scaling, because I think that's really the question, and you do have to have the ability to have awkward conversations, not be a people pleaser, right? And I'll tell you the secret to this, guys. The secret to this is brutal honesty. Be a truth teller and a truth seeker. That's where it starts, because all the problems with quote unquote scale happen when there's no vision, or you're saying one thing but you're thinking another, right? So you have to learn how to bring all those things into alignment. So what I would say is start by being a truth teller and a truth seeker, not to be a good person, right? Because that's the best business model. That's why. And what you do is start from the outside of revenue in. So the things furthest away from revenue in. Your very first hire should be an executive assistant. And you're going to hit that when you're consistently bringing in about $15,000 per month, consistently bringing in $15K. And here's what you want. I'm going to tell you, and since I'm not a coach of wholesalers anymore, I could just speak freely. So I'm going to speak freely. And here, I'm going to give you the best advice based on the best suggestion based on what I've seen from over 5,000 students. Here's what I'm going to say. It should be a local person. It should be a local person. It should be a college graduate. It should be a person who has bookkeeping experience. And it should be a person who, this is key, I'm going to slow down, is already working, already has a job, right? Not somebody looking for a job. It should be somebody with a job. This is important because what I'm sharing with you guys right now is not based on opinion. It's based on seeing it work with the top 10% and then the other 90% where it doesn't work. And the other thing I'm going to say that I'm going to get in trouble for, which is fine, is it should probably be a female for this reason. If you look at every single person I've helped hit the stratosphere and hit financial success and wealth and freedom and all of that, it's always been a female. I think they have just a different nurturing capacity with the owner, whether the owner is a male or female. The executive assistant usually is female. And here's what I'm going to say. The best way to hire this person, get it down to 2 or 3 people, and then let your spouse, if you're married or if you have a significant partner, relationship, whatever, let your significant other do the final interview and pick that person for 2 reasons. One, they know you better than you know yourself, so they know who you're going to work with well, and it reduces any possibility of any stupidity happening, which will 100% take you out of the game if that does happen, because there's 5 things that take you out of the game: debt, divorce, health, legal, taxes. If you look at across the board of entrepreneurs, debt, divorce, health, legal, taxes. So that's how I would suggest that you do it. And then you just continue to grow your business with honesty, truth teller, truth seeker, and you go from outside of revenue in. The number one job of your early team members is to help you to do more of the revenue generating activities. It's that simple. You're not a $25 million business yet. You don't need meetings and L10 and Gino Wickman and Vern Harnish and scaling up. You need the E-Myth. You need Michael Gerber. This is kindergarten hour. If you're under 3 to 5 million, you need Michael Gerber. This is the best book ever written. It has all that you can scale up. You could take your notes. You have sticky notes on the inside of all your books. You can have every pages. It'll tell you exactly what to do. And you can have a simple little checklist that my 16-year-old daughter can read. And if Lacey can read it, then somebody who is an ordinary person can have an extraordinary result following your checklist. That's it.
Love it. Tom, you're the absolute best. How can people follow you?
Tom Croll, Facebook. That's it. Easy peasy. We're sold out.
K-R-O-L. K-R-O-L. Find him on Facebook, guys. You definitely want to be in Tom's world. The posts that you make, every single day, I read them every morning. I sit down in my living room. Tom is always posting something that hits you right where you need it, in your heart or in your head, every single day, and it's absolutely phenomenal. So if you're not following him, you're doing a huge disservice to your happiness. Tom, you're the best. I love you, man.
I'll see you in Nashville, brother. Have a good one.
See you.
God bless. Be well.
you,
Talk soon. Bye, guys.
He's the best. He's the best. You guys probably couldn't hear him because we have this new setup here where it's only through the headset. But guys, what do you think of Tom? Should we have Tom on once a month? Should we have him on more often? Did you get something out of that? Let me know. Give me some feedback so that we can make this show what you guys want.
Yeah.
I mean, I have an idea of what you guys want, but it's only based on the feedback and based on my own experience and based on the things that I would have wanted if somebody put together a show. And so make sure that you give us some feedback. Let us know if you got some value out of Tom. And then make sure you put what was valuable that you got from Tom. That would be really, really, really awesome to know. So I want to run through the rest of the TTP rules, and then we will get out of here for you guys. But the next one is this: testimonials are key, guys. If you're doing if you're in a transaction, what should be going through your mind is, can I get a 5-star Google review? Right?
Yeah.
That's the kind of customer service. That's the kind of communication. That's the kind of being able to, solve the problems and overcome the objections that happen in a transaction. If you can't get a 5-star, if you're like, oh, I'm going to just force this through and we're contractual and this and this and this, you're making a huge mistake. All right? Awesome. Tom is a jugular juggernaut. That's true. I love that. I appreciate his honesty and rawness. Once a week at least. Yeah. Love Tom's energy bi-weekly. Yeah. I'll get him on as much as I can. I would love to see Tom at the next TTP Action Workshop. We'll see if we can make that happen. He doesn't love flying. I'll be honest. Tom's not.
Come on, Tommy.
Tom literally was on Long Island and saw the planes hit the towers.
For 9/11.
Right?
Wow.
When he was like early 20s. So it freaked him out on flying.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah, that's
fair. And it was, anyway, long story, but I'll see what we can do.
Get him a train.
He used to fly out all the time and meet with Robert Kiyosaki, but that hasn't happened in a while. And so, guys, get testimonials. Testimonials are gold. Testimonials are little bricks to build the business, your business, for sure. If you're not getting testimonials, you're going to get, it's just, you're doing a huge disservice to your future business, to your future self that really wants to build something impactful and awesome, right? Get the testimonials. Get those Google reviews because they're going to stack and stack and stack. Next, guys, everything comes down, when we are speaking with a property owner, it comes down to the single question: what is the goal? What is the goal that they have with their property? What's the goal that they have with their property? That's the main question, all right? So all discovery comes down to this. You have to go into every conversation with a blank slate, and you're trying in 15, 30, 45 minutes, an hour, 2 hours, however long it takes to understand what is the actual goal. To sell the property. Why? Like, what's going on? You've owned this property for a while. Why are you selling it right now? What's happening? Right? Dig in deep, really understand what is happening. Is their goal to get as much as possible? Great. If you go list it on the market with an agent.
Yeah.
Right? Go put it out and expose it to the whole world. Right? Do they want to get their money out of this thing in 5 days, 2 days, 7 days? Right? Do they want to sell the property with a troubled tenant? Do they want to sell a property they just inherited? They live totally across the country. All the family has their forks and knives out, and they want a slice of the pie, and they want to get it done as easy and as smooth as possible. Okay? What's the goal? Number 6, we already went through this. If you're just joining the show, go back to the recording, and we really beat this up. Number 7, know your market. What is the inventory? What is going on in your market? What is going on in this zip code? What's going on in this neighborhood? What's going on in this area, the city? What's going on in your state? What's going on with the perceptions of buyers right now in the marketplace? What is going on? Every market is different. If I stand up here and tell you the stats, tell you there's 23,500 active listings in Phoenix, that doesn't matter for Nashville. Nashville was in my head because Tom said it. But you guys get it. Next, regulations equal opportunity.
Yeah.
It absolutely does. Play by the rules, keep it clean, disclose, disclose, disclose. There is no reason to be sneaky in this business. The commissioner said it last night. She said, if you're eating dinner and you just close that deal and you have that ick feeling, you probably shouldn't have done that deal.
Oh.
And they said if you have that ick, and if you justify it by the money that you make, and you do that, and you make a pattern of that, there's going to be problems.
Yeah.
There's going to be problems, right? So really understand that. 9, tell the truth. It was right there. Truth teller, truth seeker. I'm going to be wholesaling this house. I'm not going to be buying this house. Maybe you are buying this house, right? There's Jerry spoke great on Wholesale Hotline. He's got 10 rules. I think it comes out tomorrow. Maybe it came out today on his YouTube channel. But he talks about 10 things that are really going to disrupt wholesaling in the future. And one of them is that people that are going to tell the owner, hey, I'm going to just buy this. I'm not wholesaling this.
No.
He's going to have a unique advantage.
Yeah.
Because they can close on those deals. Guys, I am telling you, Kiavi has it. Local hard money lenders have it. Taurus, I think, is one. There's a great David Old's podcast that just came out yesterday with Tim Harridge. You know him from
yeah,
family?
he's a good lender, yeah. Big
Great lender. He's got his own, they do 100% financing. They do 100% financing on the deals, right? Like, there is so much more money out there for your deals. Start building those skills, and then the skills test. We have the skills test at ttpinsider.com. ttpinsider.com. You can download that, go through the skills test, and really challenge yourself to see what you're the best at and what you need some work on, right? So the skills test and improvement is really, really, really great stuff. All right? And that's it.
That's it, folks.
That's our show for today, Ref. You got
Bam.
anything going on? You got any podcasts dropping? You've been in there. You've been in the lab a little
He's
bit.
been in there.
Yeah, there is. We're actually doing pretty good on the podcast. Yeah, as far as positioning. But yeah, we have a really cool episode dropping this week
What's the name of the podcast?
on the CEO Pulse podcast.
CEO.
So I
Pulse.
had Josh Axe. He does business out of Pennsylvania, actually.
Yep.
His thing is direct mail, and he, just put out a clinic on how to go about the entire process on direct mail. So it's
Awesome.
gonna be out there. Yeah.
Awesome.
Thank you.
Yeah, we've got some great podcasts coming out. We had a great podcast come out yesterday. Definitely invite you to check that out. Wholesaling Inc. podcast is on all the platforms, so definitely check that out. And if you get value out of that, please put in a review. That would be awesome. That helps out with everything. And if
Yeah.
you're not subscribed to this YouTube channel, make sure that you subscribe,
Subscribe
right
now.
Right now. Let's bring you guys all in. Let's bring it in, Matt.
Okay, please.
Let's bring it in. On behalf of Luke and Raphael and Alejandra and Matt and myself, thank you for participating. Go out there and be wildly productive in your business. Remember, keep your house clean, protect your health, and increase your value to the world. You'll live a fantastic life. Love you guys. See you soon.